Okay, welcome everybody. We're talking how to create smart collaborations. My name is Despina Karatzias, Desi Karatzias on all social, Twitter, Instagram. I am not the trainer that, tells you to shy away from sharing. And certainly, please share away. What we're talking about today is specifically partnerships and packaging, and how this is one of the key things I personally think every tourism business should get serious about having packaging, partnerships and packaging formally integrated into your marketing mix and your marketing and business development strategy. This is something I have myself always incorporated into my own business and something I continue to do today. So I've had great success with partnerships, specifically creating packages, and I will share a little bit more on the how part as we go through. Okay, so social collaboration. When we're talking smart and social collaboration, are we all connected? And I thought it might be useful. I know all of you, just the fact that you're here and you've showed up, and a lot of you I have seen in the social media trainings that we've done over the time. I did want to just rehash the destination, because remember, we start with we, not with me. Okay, we have to start as our destination ambassadors, and it's very important that we're all liking, sharing and staying connected with our main destination official visitor socials. So I've put that there just because I know with Mornington Peninsula we've got a few different handles on the different channels, and I know for myself I've actually kept these in my notes because there's nothing worse when you're going in to tag, particularly in socials, to collaborate, to tag and share, and you're in the wrong page, because there are, of course, we're not the only ones. But these are the official that you need to make sure that you are across. Hashtag collaboration. We are family. We have to have our social hashtag collaboration intact. I'm not going to spend much time on here. I'm not going to go into social media mode, but it is important. Again, I've just put that as a resource, because when we're talking smart collaborations, we are missing a great opportunity, particularly on our social sharing and collaborating and partnership work, if we're not sharing the correct hashtags. So particularly you will have your own for your business and your organization, but particularly for our destination marketing organization, we always want to be incorporating this in when we are collaborating on all our different social mediums. Okay, so how to get the best out of our training and our time together today. This is something in 2017 I'm going to incorporate in my online and my face-to-face training to encourage you to turn off everything that's operating in the background, your emails, your Skypes, your iTunes, silence your phones, close your doors, give yourself this time to discover some new strategies, give this time for you to ingest some new information without any other distractions. And please, if you haven't already, have a notepad and pad and pen ready, so we can get, because I will have some activities as we go through. So it would be really great if you just turn off your, we're already, there's 55 minutes or so left. So let's just spend some good quality time together. So now, in the comments box, tell me, have you created a package to sell your product? Or you want to adapt more partnerships in your marketing mix, okay? But the reality is, and I completely understand and hear you when you say lack of knowledge. This is, I know what I went through in the beginning and what participants as students have shared. Don't have the time. There's so much already going on. I don't have the time to create anything more than what I'm currently doing. fear that it will not sell. So this is something that I fear that if I approach a business and it doesn't do well, I don't want that responsibility. So I don't want to be accountable for not getting the results is another excuse or reason. Don't know where to start, so not having the knowledge, very similar, not knowing where to even begin with this or how to commercialize a partnership in a relationship. And this is a big one. I don't want to discount my experience. And while we're here and we're all being very honest and open with each other, this is actually the biggest myth buster in packaging, in particular when it comes to packages, that you do not have to discount your product in any way to create a package, okay? Because there are certainly so many other value adds that you are giving, and you set the boundaries here, okay? You set the boundaries of what this will look like. So if you don't want to do that, I certainly, and I come from a place where I went through the experience of when I first created packages, discounting them until I had that aha moment that the bottom line was just not there in doing this. All the effort and the labor intensiveness of the admin was not sustaining it until I said, you know what, we're going to scratch this discounting business and just package 2 products together at the full retail rate, the rack rate, and you know what? The packages soared just as they always were. So as long as we're keeping on the premise of adding amazing value with our experiences, amazing service with our experiences, the discounts, become completely secondary. That's not what it's about. So I just wanted to bust that myth straight out of the bat. So what about you and where to from here? The very first step and the very first thing we're going to do at the very beginning here, I want you to think, if you're not sure, and for someone like Audrey and the Peninsula Hot Springs now, who are very, very, leaders in this, particularly with packaging. For those of you that are not quite sure what the next package will be or what the brand new first package will be, I think it's important to do this very simple little exercise that will serve you for years to come. Okay, and it's very, very simple. So with your notepad and pen ready, I want you to think about, what do I do? What do I actually do? What is the experience that I offer? What is it that I'm really, really, really good at? What are my strengths? What do I do? For example, I worked for a very long time managing a hot air balloon business. What we did really well and really safely and really professionally was hot air ballooning. That's what we did. Currently, what I do is create and deliver unique programs for my beloved tourism and visitor industry. That's what I do. Okay, so you think about you and what do you do? Okay, so that's number 1. Number 2, what do I not do? What do I not do? And make a list of these things, of what you don't do. So, for example, in my previous life, I was a hot air balloon business, but I didn't sleep. I didn't have a facility to have our passengers sleep overnight. I didn't have a facility for our passengers to have dinner the night before they flew with us. I didn't have a breakfast venue after they flew because they're really hungry because they've been out from 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, what do I not do? Currently, I am a certified, I've got my Cert 4 in training and assessment, and I'm, every month and every year I'm accruing my hours in my delivery of training. But what I don't do is, I'm not a bricks and mortar university. I'm not a school. Okay, so you get the picture. What do I not do? And the piece of the puzzle at the end that will reveal your gap is, hello, what can I do through partnership? So think about all those things that you listed in our previous question of what I don't do, and now think of businesses and people that you've always loved to work with, that you could do in your business. Okay, so we started as a hot air balloon. That's all we did. Every day we would fly over Melbourne, over Yarra Valley. That's it. But fast forward, once we embraced the concept of partnership through packaging, boy, oh boy, our business exploded, because suddenly now we have additional products. Every year we can, whatever from our, that we could deliver not only to our local market, to our, gift market that are done with buying stuff and buying experiences, to our domestic market. And we're one of the very first businesses to take our packages to the inbound and international market. So I hope you have some opportunities or some little, aha moments there of what the possibilities are for you. Okay, so let me just check in. How was that for everyone? Just check in. And make it simple for the visitors. Add something that really contributed to our growth strategy. So at my time, I was at Global Ballooning as the, book bums in baskets girl. And over a 10.5-year period, the business just, soared year after year. Now, I had a bit of an OCD. I really became obsessed with creating new packages during my time there. It was there was no business too big or too small that I couldn't see an opportunity of us working together. And that came with enormous, enormous benefits to our brand and our positioning and our bottom line. Okay, so we continue to grow and grow and grow. Incrementally, we were always seeing a plus on the end of our financials every year, which was really, really pleasing. And this was at a time before even digital marketing. This is when we had a website that was developed by the boss's, Kif Saunders' nephew, I think, at the time. Okay, so this is something that we continue to, and the guys, it's very pleasing to see, still continue to do today. So for myself, after months of teaching digital and social media, an opportunity came to deliver a workshop on packaging. And it was my aha moment, like, oh yeah, and I reeled off a system without even putting pen to paper because it's something that I didn't even realize, guys, that I pretty much had a bit of a blueprint that I would replicate every time that we would put a package together. So I'm going to share two things with you today. I'm going to share the system that just kind of came out of me like verbal vomit, and then I wrote it down, which is a bit of a if there were 5 key things to think about, this would be it. And then I took it to another level of actually developing a bit of a formula that I will share with you again, and you've got a template. It's just fill in the gaps, answer the questions, and away you go, okay? So the 5-phase complete packaging system, if I was to break it down, okay, because I like things to be really simple and digestible for us to be able to be empowered to actually take action and make this happen. So the packaging system, to share with you, the step 1 is the planning and the logistics. This is very, very important. In whoever that we partner with, we're very, very careful and considerate of the logistics of the visitor experience, okay? Down to the minute of the timing. Because, for example, in the instance of when we were packaging together, and this is what we realized was a really, really unique proposition. As much as we were, you know, we had some challenges of being completely at the mercy of Mother Nature and being a weather-dependent experience, we were very, very early. So in terms of when we were done, it's a sunrise experience, particularly in the summer months. We're done even before 9 o'clock. And that gave us a huge advantage to pretty much partner with anyone, okay? Because all tours from the city, whether it's out to Mornington Peninsula, to Yarra Valley, to Phillippi, all tours generally leave, you know, anywhere between kind of 9:30 and 10 o'clock. So the planning and logistics of this was very, very important. It wasn't just about me and you. It was also, it was very much at the top was the convenience for our guests, okay? How are we going to make this experience seamless if they're going to have a combined activity of, you know, ballooning and a wine tour, which I'll explain to you was our, you know, the very first one that I built and our most successful. So step one is the planning and logistics. Before, like now you've had a little bit of a think of what you can do. The next steps will be to kind of map out what are the timings and what would this, you know, step into your customer's shoes and what will this look like for them. Pricing. Now, I said to you, we're not discounting here. It doesn't have to be discounted. But if you find that, hey, there are seasons or there are opportunities midweek when we want to drive business and we want to attract a particular market, that you may be able to work with your pricing, because 80% of something is better than 100% of nothing. So pricing is important, because if you're dealing with two $1,000 experiences, then you can say, and your target market is families, for example, just off the top of my head, that might not be that might not be a good match in terms of a new product. So pricing is the second step. Step three is choosing your partner, and this is a big one, and this is what I will share with you in terms of the three key traits I found and I still follow every day, and today I found that even now as working independently and working, there are always opportunities coming up to collaborate. Knowing what the key traits are in what you're looking for in a partner is very important in how you choose, in progressing. It's no different really. I did a live broadcast this morning. It's my wedding anniversary today. So you know what? It's no different to choosing your life partner in terms of who you choose to do business with. There are things that, that make us work together in more efficiently in our business relationships as much as in our personal relationships with loved ones, our friends and our family. Marketing, huge. Okay, so step 4 would be, how will we market this? Not how I am and how you are. How are we going to market this? And who collectively between us do we have to leverage this from? And this is a big key benefit to packaging, because we all have our own marketing assets. Okay, so I'm coming to the party with a social media community of X, an email database of Y, an agent list that resell my current product already of 30. So if I had a package, there you go, you've got 30 new agents that will sell your product too. So you can see, in choosing your partner, you also have to be very mindful of your marketing assets and how is that a match with your, with your respective new friend in biz. And number 5, and very important, is closing the sale. How your package will be booked, okay? Because if I've got a schmick online booking system that I can produce a package and have a coffee with you now and, you know, plan it out, and we say, yeah, we're really happy. If I can go away and put, you know, load it onto my website and make it available to be booked straight away, but you can't, or my partner can't, then we can't, we need to nut these things out, okay? Well, if I'm going to accept all the bookings, that means then that there's going to be additional money handling. But we'll go more into that, into our packaging, into our development, real step-by-step development formula. Okay, so, okay, so packages do not need to be complicated or discounted. Okay, they do not need to be complicated or discounted. We have established that. To get results, the secret is to have a system and a formula. Now, I've just shared with you a very simple 5-step system that you can have always and, you know, share with your colleagues. And I'll share with you the development formula. The other thing that you need to think about is having a strategy that this is actually incorporated into your overall business development. Now, I know, again, I go back to Audrey, I know that they have they have an incredible partnership marketing model. They actually have a model, and I would model that model. Okay, I would actually make this into a plan of, okay, today it's the 1st of March, my dear friends. Summer's over. It's not only the start of autumn. So in my mind, I automatically think, you know, that's an autumn theme. That's a great theme for a package. Okay, but business hat on, okay, what am I doing in the next 90 days to develop my business? Okay, so I hope being at the 1 March that every quarter and starting a new quarter today, this could be something that you would consider to make happen in the next 3 months. Okay, so not only have it as a system and a formula, but put this as a strategy, not ad hoc when you're at the next networking event, but actually be, okay, this quarter I would like to develop, you know, even start with 1. Let's not, you know, sometimes I can do that too. I want to have 5 in 5 days. Okay, you get overexcited, but you know, you're wearing a lot of hats. You're doing a lot of things. Even if it's 1 in the next quarter, set yourself a bit of a goal and a target. So, as we go through, I want to share with you why this is so essential to grow your business, how you can implement it, and how you can create your own package magic. And I'm talking from today. If you've got the afternoon free, you know, there's nothing to stop you from mapping this out today. Okay, I really believe, because I've certainly done that in the past. Like if you have been inspired to create something new, get onto it and make it happen. So this is what I found, guys, to give you some further, some more reason to back this up. It fosters innovation because you're creating something new that doesn't require any type of capital, any type of, really, no investment, just your time. It doesn't require you to purchase real estate. Okay, it fosters innovation. This is a massive one of why this is important. You become a destination ambassador. I always, and some of you may have even heard me say this before, but I want you to think you are actually the extension of Mornington Peninsula Regional Tourism. I always saw myself as this, and I only say what I've done. I always wore the hat that I was part of the team with Yarra Ranges Tourism, or, you know, Destination Melbourne. Through packaging, you really take it up that next level, that you are also innovating and creating and leading. You are leading the way. Just as, and, you know, we've got you're leading triple-time Hall of Fame Peninsula Hot Springs. They also started just like you have, humble beginnings that really embraced. Someone else, I just read an article recently of the Roses Only founder, okay? It's not related to our industry, but I always look at these examples to draw back to share with you. The Roses Only founder said what turned his business around was through partnerships with the likes of Commonwealth Bank and the big corporate organisations. So here he was as a startup, and he started in 95. His name was James. I've forgotten his surname. He started in 95 before internet. He just thought, I just want to create a brand. I don't even want it to be about flowers. I just want a brand. And he thought, even if it's just a big call centre. But what he did say was, when I approached partnerships, I only went into the conversations with the mindset of what can I do for them. Don't you love that? And I that's what felt like, hallelujah, that's what I've been saying. You go into these conversations and relationship with not what will I get, but how can I add value to another business with what I do and do really well? How will I elevate another product or experience with what I do? Okay, so there's a little insight for you. So by doing this, you really wear an ambassador leadership and have a leadership role. Ultimate relationship builder, hands down. And I still enjoy, it's been nearly 3 years that I've been out of global, and even personally I have the best lifelong friends, because we just shared. It was really, if it came down to it, it's through our partnership work. I didn't feel like I just worked for global. I worked for everyone's business, because we were all in this together. Absolutely also increases competitive edge. Because you find, guys, you have a package with a business, you really, you create such a great position and a boundary around you that your competitors can't break that. Because if they have one, Danielle, for example, and they have one tour that they're really happy with and have a flying relationship with, no one else is going to intercept into that space. And certainly that is something else that we enjoyed through all our packaging work. A very important one, generates new streams of revenue and exposure to new markets. So it opens up your brand and your presence to new markets that you otherwise wouldn't have. So you think of what we do in terms of paid advertising, or your Google search, or your Facebook advertising. This takes some love and some time, but you reap the rewards through being exposed to a new set of eyeballs, a new market, okay, that you complement each other. So let me share with you some case studies of, recent examples of participants that came and joined me in training and took action, got out there and applied what they learned and had some fantastic results. So first of all, I'm going to share with you a story of Jake Partridge from Laser Strike in Geelong, okay? So here's young Jake. We took a photo in the workshop together, and he had to actually leave early, well, like 5 minutes early. He went away, and within like a few weeks, he created a big day out package because he wanted to attract more corporates to their laser tag business, okay? So how great is that a laser tag young guy sees himself, number one, that he's in tourism, and comes to a partnership marketing for tourism workshop because he wants to attract more corporate bookings midweek. So he goes out and creates a big day out package. The package included laser tag at his establishment, bucket and beer at the Geelong Gold Club, Palmer and a pot at Sphinx Hotel. So he didn't just partner with one business, he went and created an experience with another 2 businesses in the region, okay, to create the big day out. So what happens next after he created this from nothing, went out and reached? Within weeks, he has a booking from Metricon Homes. Now, where he took this to another level, I may have never known about this, okay, that he went and took this action and did it. What Jake did was this little, can you see this? He posted this on Instagram. He tagged the businesses that he collaborated with, and then he tagged little old me. So when we're talking smart collaborations, what a great way for them to ping all of us. So the fact that he did this gave all of us a little notification. Now, let me tell you, this had happened on a Saturday. I got my little ping on a very early on a Sunday morning. Check me out. I love this so much. Feel like a proud mum. You rock. Like, I was just so happy to see a business take action. And I want you guys to be the businesses that I'll be talking in future partnership marketing trainings, okay? I loved this so much because I've been doing this for a while now. And what concerns me is people get busy and they don't actually apply that investment in time and money that they've made. But that's not going to be you, is it? But I hope it's not. I hope you can take some inspiration from this, and please do the same. Even if it's not me, please let Ebony and the team know that you've done it. We all want to scream this from the rooftops because, it's kind of like a tried and trusted system. Okay, what happened from here? I went on then to blog about Jake and what he did on my socials. So he generated further earned and shared media here, okay, through his partnership marketing initiative. And I'll explain a little bit more if you've never heard about what that could be. It's a very, very simple way to look at how media is broken down. So he earned and shared media because I blogged about him on his socials. And then I was asked to do a guest blog on the regional tourism site. So then I further went on to talk about Jake and Laser Strike bowling, and I'm still talking about it, and I will continue to talk about it until I have another awesome case study to show. So please be that ambassador that is going to take action. So I just want to give you a quick rundown here of what partnership marketing, I would put a love heart. Like Audrey said, it's a way to share the love. Now, there's paid advertising, and that's very self-explanatory. Advertising, things like Google AdWords, banner ads, Facebook ads, boosted posts, that's your paid advertising. Owned media, paid media, owned media is your own website, your own blog, your own content, okay? So you create a package and you create something through collaboration, you automatically have something to promote in your owned media, something that you own. But what Jake did, he earned media through additional media relations because he created, and just through that little simple action of tagging me in his posts, we have this strong connection now, okay? It's just that simple, that ignited that relationship to another level. And shared, so social media, word of mouth, and referrals, okay? This was the number one package that I put together at Global, and the most successful. So what you can see here, this was a winery tour and hot air balloon package, and I've just taken a screenshot at how serious we were about packages. So we had our flight packages, accommodation packages, and experience packages. But what we did, we create a landing page for all of our experiences, okay, which is fantastic. Again, this goes back to owned media. But when we're collaborating, remember setting the boundaries when we're creating this when we're creating these relationships from the start, we also would expect the same from our partner. So in the same way, Australian Winery Tour Company also have a landing page on Global. So there's nothing, there's your owned and earned media, okay? Fantastic for your SEO as well, your organic search. This by far remained the most popular and profitable package that we took to market internationally, because remember the number one step in the system is planning and logistics. And that is the first thing we nailed, that it was just a seamless visitor experience, okay? And we rinsed and we repeated, and we just kept replicating that with other packages that we did. Our beloved Peninsula Hot Springs do this extremely well, okay? And I don't think I need to say that anymore. I just wanted to show you they're very much on the same page. So have their owned media. So we'll feature their packages with their own pages. So you can see view package, and it will go to its own landing page. In the same way that, check this out, even with a big, this is fantastic to have your business featured on the likes of an RACV website. So this is a fantastic exchange. So I want you, for those of you that are new, for those that are new and haven't done this before, just imagine the feeling of creating something from scratch and getting that first booking. There's just nothing like it when your idea comes to fruition and you've created something new with nothing more than just a little imagination and creativity, and always thinking about enhancing your customer and your visitors' experience. So where do we start here? If you're thinking, okay, get with it, where do I start? Let's follow the formula, and I'll go on to the packaging formula, but I want to say that with a caveat, okay? So my mantra always has been, no matter if a package is a sellout success or it's not, I know that I will always have a powerful, cost-effective and powerful relationship building marketing tool. So remember at the start where we said, there are some objections to, like, oh, what if it doesn't sell, or what if it's not good enough? What if I can't meet the expectations of my partner? You will either win or you will learn. There are so many more benefits. This is what I'm trying for you to invest in time. There are so many additional benefits than just the revenue when you take this approach, is what I wanted to share with you first. Because if you do, Jake is a perfect example. He did it and he attracted the very group that he wanted to. Now, you might do this and, but I don't want you to just measure the sales. I also want you to be able to measure okay, how many new unique visitors have come to my website as a result of this package from my partner's website? How many new unique visitors have come to my website from Facebook, from my partner's Facebook page? So that's taking it to that next level where even, you create a package. If I was doing packages together, in 2017, we'll be putting it together and then saying, okay, let's bring out our social media planners and our schedules. I will feature our package every Tuesday for the next 6 weeks. Will you be happy to do the same? Okay? Or what else would you like me to feature as much, as a preferred partner? So, there's no limitations. It's just money's important, but there's so much more as well. So I wanted to share that with you. My goal, very much in the same way as our Roses Only boss, always approach with the attitude of what can I do for my partner and what can I do for my customer? What is it really? How am I going to best serve the partner that I'm about to embrace, and how am I going to be best serving my customer by doing this? Okay, so the traits that I want you to look for when we're talking partners, it's really important that your values are aligned, that your mindset aligned, and that your market aligned. Okay, what I mean by these things, and this just happened the other day, guys, I must say, I was having a meeting by someone that wanted, to engage in a project together, and I alluded to to my mindset, my belief and my value and my mindset is around that tourism is hands down relationships and collaboration. Like, I put that as number one. I really believe that the more I look after my industry and the more I looked after my visitor and the more I look after my colleagues, then I will get looked after. But this was a very business, he hadn't come from a tourism background, and made it very clear to me that I was talking gobbledygook, and was like, it's profits only. He gave me that kind of talk to the hand, like, I'm only talking profits. And I knew, back to number one, our values, and to an extent, our mindset was not win-win. It wasn't a win-win conversation. It was very much a what can you do for me? And it's very easy when you're very clear on these things to say, okay, I learned something new. That wasn't a waste of time. I just learned that, to make these decisions a lot quicker, that we're misaligned, this would not make a good partnership. Okay, so it also, once you have these key 3 traits, so traits to look for when choosing the perfect partner, when you're clear on what you value and where your mindset is with these things, and who your ideal perfect visitor and the market that you serve, so crystal laser focused clarity, then you will attract the most awesome partnerships. Okay, this will be actually a lot of fun for you. So let's get to business. Okay, let's get our pens and papers ready and finish strong here and create our first package, or maybe 20th package for some. Okay, but the formula that I want to set, just another step-by-step system that is you're always going to have and you always can refer to, is number 1, your package title. Now, a resource I would love to share with you is, think of hypnotic words. So words like ultimate, the ultimate, best, winning, even Google hypnotic words that are great in not only as package titles but also as headliner titles, whether it's a new blog that you're going to write or your next email newsletter. You can Google hypnotic words and this will help you. But to start with, you could just do the ultimate Mornington Peninsula experience, or whatever it is that came up in what you can do. I would start with your package title. What can I do? Okay. Step 2, and in the interest of time, I will give you like half a minute, because, I have to say I've delivered this training in a full day, and I've sifted through the best gold that I can share with you, that what participants find most valuable to share with you in the hour. So we'll list your benefits. So benefits are, the benefits are you are chauffeured, you are transferred, you don't have to do anything but step out of your hotel. What are the benefits of a visitor booking this through you. And a huge benefit is that it's just booked through one channel, okay? A benefit is that, you know, we have created the ultimate experience right here for you. It's the one-stop shop. And that is, when I talk about not discounting, that's the value here. You have created a very attractive proposition that, you know, okay, you've just saved me from going to another website, teeing up another itinerary and logistics. The fact that you've put the thought in it, and I can just read what the benefits and what this includes, and I can just hit book and pay it all in one hit, and I know you're going to look after me. That's why I'm happy to pay full price and don't expect a discount, okay? Because packages are not deals, okay? They're not deals. If you're creating a deal, go ahead, knock yourself out and discount it. But packages is it's the value. A package is, we must think benefits and value. Why should they book this with you? List your partners. So when you thought about very early on about what you can do, I want you to think, okay, is this just a duo that is just myself and one other partner, or am I going to do a Jake and bring in multiple partners to make it a full day experience, okay, outside of just being a morning or an afternoon? So list the partners. And this is also something great that I would do, or I did, I should say. I did actually do this. I remember a time when Crown Metropole opened, and the very first thing, and I mean, just the fact that when I approached the relationship with the general manager there to collaborate, that we can create a partnership and a package together. So this is also, you know, listing people that you want to work with. That is also a good thing for you to then work backwards. Well, who are operators that I really admire that I would love to work with, and then work back from that. So list your partners here for this particular package. What does this include? What will your package include? Okay, will it include wine? Will it include fruit? Or something on arrival? Will it include something complimentary? Will, you know, or just straight up, you know, like for our most successful, we did nothing extra, nothing, zero. It was just 2 products that matched in timing and logistic that we just gelled together. And then we put in the time, you know, as we fumbled our way through it, we did realize that, okay, we can't, it's confused, we need to also come up with one confirmation, and this is something else which I'll talk a little bit more about. But you have to think, okay, what does this include? And I talk about value adds, but I also want to give you just that little side note that it doesn't have to have a value add. It can just be, okay, my dear future partner in business, what do you do? Oh, fantastic. What do I do? Oh, great. Let's put the 2 together. Does it work? Yep, beautiful. We have a new product and we don't have to do a thing. Okay? The conditions of this, of your package. Now, we were weather dependent, but our dear partners at Hilton Hotel that we offered an overnight Melbourne stay were not weather dependent. So we had to be very, very clear to our passengers on what the scenario will be here, that if your flight is cancelled, your accommodation is not, it's not fair on them to be booked. So we were, you know, we were very clear in our conditions. What do your conditions state? But not yours. More importantly, what are your partner's conditions that you need to know about? Important. We talked about this earlier in our call to action. How will the package be booked? Now, with the key traits and with the perfect partner and having our values, you know, when we are like-minded and our heads are in the same place, we understand and value fairness, okay? Because if you find your business might be a little bit bigger and your partners, or although they add value and they have a fantastic experience that complements you, if you find you're doing the bulk of the work in the admin and the processing of the money and the back and forth, particularly if you take it to that next level and you're selling it through a third party, you need to flush all of this out, okay? So either you make it clear that one of us is going to be the key contact to process the booking, or you find out a system that it can be booked from both channels, okay? So this is just very important stuff to think about as you're developing your package. And I will just, while I'm here, I want to add and make a note that when starting a relationship with someone new, and I put this, as someone that you're dating, you're not quite ready to take that next step to, getting engaged or married yet, have a review date on things. So if you are just starting out in this, just say, okay, let's trial this and review it in 3 months' time. Because then you might find, okay, you did more of the muscle work, or you just want to be very, very clear and open at the beginning. Because I tell you, if you don't have these early, like I didn't do any of this training when I first started, but boy, does it cause like awkwardness, having to confront and these scenarios down the track when you kind of want to address these issues, and they do come up. So that would be my advice. Just put a bit of a review date on it. Important, how will you get paid? So if your partner takes the booking, how will you get your money? Is it before the experience? Is it after on invoice? Good to think about. This is important as you map this out. Think, okay, how will I get paid? How will my partner get paid? The more you put in your planning, the more you are increasing your success, not only in your sales, but in your relationship. Cancellation and refund policy. So you might have a 7-day out, no refund, cancellation, refund policy. Your partners might be different. So in partnerships, and particularly with packages, you might need to have some flexibility there for both of you to come to the party and make it, make it easier on both of you and to the visitor. Okay, so this is as much as you're putting the planning and logistics of your itinerary together, you want to put these two very important documents and that are going to exist within your collateral, online and offline, together to make sure it's very clear to your visitor of what their rights, responsibilities and boundaries are should they cancel. 7 days, 48 hours, 24 hours, can they reschedule? We need to make those things very clear. Package descriptions is the ninth, and I want this. This is where we can get really creative and beautiful and lovely with our copy. Because just like, I talk a lot about content marketing, this is where this comes into play. Okay, so your package description is your salesperson. So, it doesn't need to be just in written form, which is very important, but when you do, and where even I showed you that slide with what the current packages look like with global, imagine having a video embedded in there of like, hello, I'm Danielle from Mornington Peninsula Experience, and hi, I'm Desi from Mornington Peninsula B&B. We've got the perfect package for you. We can't wait to host you. Imagine doing a video together and embedding it within your package description. Okay, the rules are, guys, there are no rules here. You can be as creative with this as you like, and the more you can adapt, the better. Okay. And step 10, the final step will be validity and seasons. Okay, what are the dates around this? What are the times? Is midweek different to weekend? What's a block out dates and all of that boring stuff, but very, very, very important. Okay, so how did we go? I hope you found that very valuable. I'll just keep going because we're right on the 2 o'clock mark, And now that you have, you've got some serious tools now that you can fill in the blanks and come out of the other end with your new products, really new experiences to take to market on behalf of everyone in the region. But the huge opportunity, which I'm so excited for you guys, is ta-da, Lights by DreamWorks that's coming to town. So I see these as, everything that we've talked about, if you're not thinking, how am I going to piggyback off this coming to town, I would be, if you're not thinking like that, I want you to turn your switches on big and bright, okay? So I went and looked at the Lights by DreamWorks. This is on the Visit MP consumer site. If you're not, integrating this into all of your social strategy, making a landing page on your website, can you create a package? Can you, I have a family. We're a family of 5. Do you have a package that will entice families? City hotels do this all the time. So if you have an accommodation property and you're not already busily trying to put out a package by the end of this week, I would highly, highly encourage you to do so, because the first thing that people are going to be doing is going to Google to see places to stay, things to do, okay? So you want to be right up there and strike while the iron's hot. So this is a huge opportunity, and I want you to get on board. There was a recent industry forum. I've got this, and I've made a bit.ly of the link, which I'm sure Ebony and the team will be sharing with you. I also wanted to just quickly share with you that partnership marketing is not just packages. So Chaya from Silverwater, she went and created her own for meals after doing similar training like we have done today. There is no limit. One-off collaborations, so with a direct, some would see us as direct competitors, but we were a hot air balloon operator, a hot air balloon experience, Segway experience. We went and did a pop-up retail shopping centre display, one-off. Our investment, we offset our investment. It was $6,000 for a week. We paid $3,000. We made over $15,000 in gift voucher sales, okay? So partnership marketing, I just wanted to leave you with some inspiration that it's not just packages, it's also collaborating and innovating in different ways. Now, we had balloons, you might have buses, you might have walls, where do you, this could be also an opportunity to innovate, okay? So we opened a whole entire new market through a partnership by collaborating and creating Australia's first accessible basket. So we were the only tourism businesses to also be recognised at the Vic Disability Awards. So if there's something you've always wanted to do, reach out. There's someone out there for everyone that sees your vision, okay, and innovate and make something happen. Sponsorship is partnership. So thinking about, what do you have that attracts eyeballs? We have, the size of 250 king-size sheets that fly over Melbourne. And let me tell you, when Nova tried to sell us radio advertising, and I went back to them and said, hey, we've got something that could be great for you too, and I sold them a balloon. It was very, very rewarding. But I would see that for you as well. I think you all have some opportunities there. And the same goes for your own marketing. I want you to guess and let me know where you think this is. This is Visit Wangaratta using their own wall and real estate to remind visitors to continue to stay connected, and I want the same for you. So, are you inspired to act? Please share with me aha moments, insights, what's going through your head, what will you do from this point forward? I am super duper excited. Next week, I will be heading out to Mornington Peninsula for advanced social media workshops. So this is the first time we'll be going advanced. It's not for beginners. So if you don't have a Facebook page and you don't know how to change a Facebook cover photo, we are going to be, well, I mean, if you don't know how to change a Facebook cover photo, you can still come and I'll show you. But we are just going to be on that little bit more intermediate to advanced, and these are the things that we're going to be specifically focusing on our 3 face-to-face time together. So if you are not coming to that, please consider it. I'd love to see you there. And before I open up to Q&A, I always love to finish off with a quote that if alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much, okay? Thank you from the bottom of my heart for your time and attention. Sorry we've gone 7 minutes over, but I will open it up now to any Q&A for you. Thanks so much, very helpful. Yes, yes. I want to encourage a sculptor to use my property to display their work and use us as a sculpture park. Help. How can I do this? So you've got is to use my property to display their work and use as a sculpture park. How can I do this? Well, there are different ways. I mean, if you're talking artwork, there's certainly, thank you, Rick, there's certainly, I know with art a lot of the times you can work on consignment together. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, consignment, whereby they don't have to necessarily, you don't have to buy their work, but you can use their work to display, and then if something is sold, you can make an arrangement to get a commission. So rather than you paying rent, you get a portion of the sale. That could. Have you considered that, Sharon? Because I would say if you make that investment, then you can actually do that in a different way, where you can collaborate to say, you know, well, what's a reasonable amount of, you know, a portion of the sale that we can do that I could keep for the pieces should they sell. And also collaborate by way of using your digital spaces. I mean, God, I think just the events that you could, if you're talking making it into a sculpture park, creating, you know, some lovely showcasing events that you can promote online. I hope that helps or gives you some inspo. If any others have any more ideas for Sharon, saying I want to encourage a sculptor to use my property to display their work and use as a sculpture park. And that could be a way that you could start with, Sharon, just by doing a signature event. Just rather than doing it as a, you know, we're here forever, if you could talk to him, say, look, I love your work. Do you want to work on a regional event to attract and speak to the team? You know, Kelly and Catherine and Ebony and the girls, okay? Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Oh, Ebony is super pumped. She can't wait to hear about new collaborations. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Sandra. And acres of beautiful gardens. Oh, make this happen, Sharon. That would be. Can you please show the quote? Together we can do more. Yes, anything for you, Danielle. If alone we can do so much. You liked that one? I would be happy to just have the works in the garden. Well, if that's beautiful. So I would just, I mean, if you haven't already, so for artists who don't have space, can use mine. Absolutely. I mean, I'm a solo business that I actually, you know, you could apply this, you know, these sharing office hubs. You could create this space just for independent artists, not just for the sculptor. I rented an office space that but rather than outlaying a traditional
I'm using Firefox and I'm in Chrome now and it's working.
office rental. It was an office that's already set up beautifully that I could just tap into. You could essentially, you know, apply the sharing economy model to your beautiful acreage for artists to say, you know, but I would be thinking commercially, you know, I would, whether I think a consignment model would be perfect for you, Sharon. I hope that's valuable, but not just for the not just for the sculptor. You know, think of other creatives. You could be the place to go to. Okay, Helen, food for thought. It's something we want to investigate further. We have one partnership and now have the tools to assist with further development in the area of what we can bring to others and our customer. A food for thought. Okay, great. So you've had food for thought of what more you can use. Excellent. So Rick has reached out, Sharon. I believe another venue does a similar thing where they run competitions for local artists and then retain some prizes as permanent pieces. I love that idea. Thank you, Rick. High five. So running a competition, that's another one. And then you could get to pick, choose, keep on that could be the prize, the draw card. Good idea. I'm so happy to help. Thank you. It's good that we can work things out. Great refresher. Audrey, that means the world. A great refresher for the champs. Thank you for that. Not sure all of no problem. Not sure of all the ins and outs, but that's okay. Oh, ditto, Audrey. Audrey says you rock, and I think you all rock. I think anyone that just shows up to anything that you know, in terms of our industry and development, we need to always keep each other green and growing, because what we don't want to become is complacent. Even for an multi-award winning region like Mornington Peninsula, we want to be green and growing, not ripe and running. So, and I love that you've shown up, Audrey. It's just a testament to always refreshing and learning new things. I always feel pumped after your workshop. Thanks. Look forward to next week. Woohoo! That means the world. Thank you. Okay, we've come to the end of Q&A time. I hope to see many of you in person next week. If there's anything else, I'm more than happy to hang around. But otherwise, it's always lovely that we can make these things happen, because, you know, it's lovely. There's no geographical boundary. There's no, you know, we don't have to it doesn't have to take too much of our day, but we can have a little hit of a mastermind session together. And next week, we can just extend this further, because even in our social media and advanced, you know, we're talking advanced, I've found it all is so intrinsic. These are just tentacles, just like neurons that all integrate together. So that is wonderful to hear. Thanks again. Have a great week. Thank you. What do I tag you as? Oh, at Desi Karatzias. At Desi Karatzias is that. Thank you. Have a great week ahead. Yes to you. I hope, I can't wait to hear what's going to come out. And, okay, this is a very important one, guys. For those of you that are still around, Ebony has just asked that it will be great to get feedback from you on how you found the webinar, as it's it is too. It's the very first one we've done together, but it sounds like it's the very first one that we've done at all in terms of online training. And this is certainly a more cost-effective way for everyone to do more regularly. So if you like this little hit in the afternoon, please give the feedback so we can certainly send something out. I'm happy to help with that. Ebbs, if you want me to send out a bit of a feedback form, or just get on an email and give us a feedback, because if something you enjoyed, the team can look to trainers to do more. Ebony, was there anything else that you wanted? Awesome. Ebony, she's right on it. I'm a bit slow. Ebony will be sending out a survey. Please reply, and please, love webinars. Easier for people tied to their business to attend. Excellent. And I will, yes, no problem, Ebony, I will be doing that. So all of you that participated and those who didn't, and also the great thing is that you will all have this recording too. So if you were busily taking notes, you will also have the recording that you can stop and start and ingest. Okay, or use it as a refresher for weeks and months to come if you want to just have a bit of a hit of refreshing of, you know, where we were at again, maybe 1st of July, the next quarter. Okay, so I'm scrolling down. Now we've really hit the end. Here's to your excellence always, my wonderful Mornington Peninsula colleagues and friends, okay? I will, yeah, really, really appreciative of your time, okay? And I will see you. I will just put the camera. There's a few of you still on there. There you are. Where are you? Okay. Yeah, really, I would say big love and have a wonderful day. Okay, bye for now. Till next time.